What's up, Chaos Nation? Big Rob here, coming to you from the Valley of the Clouds. We are at 68 degrees, upright, happy to be here. Honored to bring you this video. Topic of discussion, Cali Muscle interview regarding why he's broke. I'm going to break it down for you. Let's jump right into it, shall we? So, I'll spare you the agony. If you haven't watched it already, went about, I want to say almost 2 hours. Felt like an eternity. I skipped through a bunch of the parts and such where I could, but it was probably one of the most boring interviews I've ever watched. And I'm not saying that from a hating perspective. I'm saying that from a human perspective. I truly mean it. It was very boring. If you've watched any of Cali Muscle's videos over the past 6 months or a year, you've already watched the video. No need to watch it. He talked about his, of course, his prison time. That's always a discussion that needs to be had in every video, whether he's doing triceps or he's juicing watermelon. It's always going to come back to prison time. And you know how he's a shot caller on the yard. That's very important to get out there. Very, very well. It needs to be known. He talked about how he's doing it for the kids now. It's about the youth. It's about the future. Talked about how he's, started on his new program because his wife, met him when he was a little bigger. So he wants to just enjoy life and live life to its fullest. And he doesn't want to be shriveled up anymore. He doesn't want to be the true Chuck Basher. He doesn't want to be that guy. Because we all know, he said he's sitting around 205 pounds now, but we all know that his goal is to be about 220, 225, maybe 230. That's where he sits nice and heavy. And to get there, he's got to be on a lot of juice. And we're not talking watermelon. We're not talking about strawberries. We're not talking about, anything of that sort. We're strictly talking about juicing with a needle type. And it's got to be a lot of compounds. It's not just going to be testosterone. And I don't believe it's going to be from a doctor. So while Cali Muscle is on this journey to get back to his old self, he's putting himself in a very risky situation. He had a health scare a few years back, and he believes he's out of the woods now. So he's going to get comfortable and get back into pinning himself. He's going to find himself in a very bad spot. You guys are all watching this demise of Cali Muscle, and he's doing it mainly because he wants to be relevant again. He realized that during that time where he was a shriveled up prune, that his numbers were falling, and he wasn't happy about it because his revenue dropped. And people tuned out because they didn't want to see that. Now, he missed a golden opportunity. Cali, if you're watching, I know you watched some of my videos. You missed a very big golden opportunity, probably the golden goose of your life. And I'm going to explain to you all what he missed and how he missed out on it. And it goes like this. With his health scare, he had an opportunity afterwards to reach an entirely new demographic of people. People that have had a health scare, went through some depression because of it, probably lost a lot of size, probably not feeling like themselves, and they probably think they couldn't overcome it or get better or even be back in the gym. Cali was hope for them. He had an opportunity to tell his story about how he abused certain androgynous drugs and how, he squandered opportunities by embellishing in this lifestyle that, wasn't the best for him. Could have taught a lot of people a lot of lessons. He could have reached folks that, ranged from 20 years old all the way through their 70s and 80s. And they would have respected him. They wouldn't have cared about where he came from. They wouldn't have cared about his past. They would look at the man for what he was. But unfortunately, for Cali's sake, he wanted the money. So he did the car raffles, he did the juicing, and he lost a lot of people along the way. But what he gained was his old friends back. And then he gained another true friend, Wes Watson, who he says is much like him. That they're kind of like two peas in a pod, homies, buddies. What he doesn't realize is that he's going to be doing this on his own, all alone. And when trouble comes your way, Cali, the people that you think are in your corner don't even know how to stay in their own corner. Look at what they did to the people that they know. I'm not going to name names, but just look around. And look, when the going got tough, look what happened. People forgot about who got them to where they were. But you do what you want. You think it's for the kids. It's not for my kids. I hope you're doing it for your kids. I hope you know what you're doing. I hope this time around your science experiment is better. But we all know that you're the type of guy that walks around in 150, 160 pounds soaking wet. And yeah, you're going to have your six-pack abs and your riblets and all that stuff when you're skinny. I mean, that's you should have that stuff, right? But, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. You want to be about 205 to 220. And all of that is because of the juice and in large part probably growth and other things that you're going to be doing. And, it's not good for you, bud. No doctor would prescribe it. No doctor would stand by it. So you're probably doing this all underground. And you're doing it all over again to yourself. And you missed the golden opportunity. But you know what? You got to sell the supplements. You're probably going to try to get with Big Boy and create some kind of supplement line. And just get back into the lifestyle of what you were doing. You said that you wanted to push hard for the next 10 years. I guess you're going to have to hustle because you don't want to get a 9-to-5 job. You don't want to work from home. You don't want to just be an average Joe. You've got to be Cali muscle. You got to be that guy. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, we all get old, brother. And when we get old, we become a shell of ourselves. And it's just what it is. You don't see me making any more videos of, hitting 405 or better. Time to time I do at the gym, but nobody wants to see a 48-year-old man lifting weights. These kids are in their 20s and their 30s, and they've got different idols and different people they're looking to now. You got to learn to, go with the times. You got to learn to find other ways to be relevant. You got to figure out ways to, reach your demographic of people that are going to listen to you and understand you. We don't even speak the same lingo that these young kids speak. Trying to give you a little bit of game, Cali, and I'm just trying to tell you, sometimes your time passes. It's like a train station. You're on the train for a little bit of time, and you get off the train thinking that the next train is going to be bigger, better, faster, and it just passes you by because you missed it. You didn't board it in time. The best thing to do in that situation is wait for the next one or just realize you missed your turn. The quicker you do that, the better off you're going to be. And that's my humblest opinion. You probably won't accept it that way because you believe that you should always be on the mountaintop. And unfortunately, that's not the case. And, even the best of the best have to realize that eventually, not become completely irrelevant, but you got to find a way, other ways to reach demographics that pertain to your age group. And that's really just the truth of it. That's why you're seeing me do more news. That's why you're seeing me do more of things that have always been a part of me, but, it's just kind of slowly leaning towards that, giving you my opinion rather than giving you my wisdom rather than, telling you how I do things or how I lift weights and this, that, and the other. Because I could teach you how to do certain things, but at your age, you know it all. I was there. I understand. So it's not always going to reach those. I mean, you can look at your videos, Cali, and over the years, you can see your age demographics. Now that you probably understand how things work, you can see that 18 to 25-year-olds aren't watching you anymore. It's maybe the 35 to 55-year-olds. And you got to learn new ways to connect with those people. Take it for what it's worth. It is what it is. Hopefully, you're going to be doing the right things and you're here for a long time for your kids, for your wife. But I believe fitness is on the back burner. I believe that you should try new things and new ways to reinvent yourself. And if you're going down this path, at your age to be juicing and doing the things you need to do to get to 220, 225 and look ripped and cut. I've said it once, I'll say it again. You're not looking at the person internally. You don't know what's going on with them. When this guy had his major health scare, he had six-pack abs, riblets, and was ripped, jacked to the hilt. A lot of you run around clowning on people. They're fat. They have a big head. They have this. You probably even haven't had a health checkup yourself. And then when you do, your numbers are probably all through the roof because you think, well, I'm skinny. I look decent. You can still be unhealthy and be skinny. You can still be very sick and be jacked because of the things that you're putting in your body, and you have no idea what you're doing. So with that being said, don't judge a book by its cover. Understand that, your idol may not be doing everything he's telling you that he's doing. And, come up with your own ways and your own means and your own aspirations instead of just always looking for someone else to believe in. Try to be your own damn hero once in a while. Or, because I'll tell you, real quick story before you go. I fell in the trap like with Hulk Hogan. Whole time, man, growing up, we all looked at him and said, man, if I say my prayers and I eat my vitamins, I'll be big too. No, the missing element was the needle. The guy was on the juice the whole entire time. And that's why he had the body he had. That's why he had the fame he had. Yes, you got to put in the work. Yes, you got to eat. I understand all that. But he had help along the way. Did he cheat? I don't call it cheating. You're just taking, risk and gambles. Have I done it? Absolutely. But, in the same sense, I don't promote it. I don't like talking about it. And I always tell people, make an informed decision based upon your research and what you want to do, because it's your research and science experiment. You're doing this to yourself. Please take a lot of advice. You see all the people that have come and gone. And you can see what they've done and learn from it. And understand that it's dangerous. With Cali out here talking about how he condones that kind of behavior and stuff, it's very dangerous. And I would definitely not listen to that. If you're a youngster coming up, I would definitely tell you to do your research and wait and understand that your body is a very well-oiled machine right up until about 25, 30. And then you can start making informed decisions based upon, your health goals and etc. So with that being said, I got to jump in here, get some work done myself. Got a whole busy day ahead of me. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate your likes, your comments, everything you do for not only myself and the channel, but also what you've done for Chaos Nutrition. Thank you so much. And last but not least, stay ride or die for yours. Keep getting out there doing whatever it takes. Till next time, guys, I'm Big Rob, and I'm out.